especially when we're this tight, and we still have 4 games left to go. Anything could still happen. There's all these guys at the top making these power moves right now.
You're saying look at the names. I'm looking at the points too. You're mentioning that it's tight. It's like a 2-point difference between everyone. They are neck and neck. Come Legend Slick. Your 2 twains are deep. Like all these guys are playing so well, but they're playing well while others aren't too, and no one can really break away. Benji, who we're used to seeing in the top 10, at 24th, and from what I'm seeing, he's having good games still. It's not enough though for that #1 spot.
It's kind of another kind of slow start for Benji, which I think some people are maybe starting to get a little used to. He always rises at the top, but that might be a sign that it's back to, you know, the old Benji of Grand Finals, the one who does get good performances and is in the top 10, top 15, very solid out of 100 players, but not quite that win that he's looking for.
Together, guys, we got to talk about it. More of these powerful plays coming out of these impact players, making what they need to happen, really manifesting this win right here, right now.
Yeah, Grand Finals is all about power, and it comes in many different forms. We're starting off with how power struggles on early games that spawn fights, and Noah Riley, Mr. Savage, they had a big battle down. Noah showed that.
Benji fishy.
And it's all because Benji scares Noah into somewhere else, but into somebody who might end up struggling because of it. Benji saw a sign of weakness, and because of that, he will pounce, try to grab more space. Kiriachi looking in the background, and Benji knows, and he will hunt. This is one of the best players at fighting in the early and mid game, and Benji is not scared whatsoever.
Got power vacuum basically here over at Slurpy Swamp, and Benji gets in the box with style, breaks through, hits a big shot, and shows his power afterwards as well.
And is that show of power, is that show of confidence something that we're used to seeing out of Benji? I say yes, but it might be overconfidence as he pushes a fight against one of the best players in the world. Now we're switching over to Flois, and for him, it's a shift.
Yeah, for him, he was holding power in game #1, continues to, dropping down Froggy, who was in 2nd place on the leaderboards at the time, but holding power sometimes comes with a cost. He loses it over to Advise, and we see one of our new players who are in that 2nd place slot.
2nd place for Hen after a very good game. Follows it up with a pretty decent game #2, a 10th place for him, but a couple of Elans to boot. And that will put him where he needs to be if he wants to grab that crown at the end of the day, the ultimate sign of power. He falls in 11th, but that's at least solid enough.
Yeah, and this is where power starts for a lot of players in this game. It was Anas who ends up winning, who had Caddy Corner and the Mythic Loot as well. The Shockwave Launcher hits Charge Shotgun too, and he just made power become his tool in this endgame. He became Legend incarnate, literally just personifying the organization he's on and using this entire endgame as a playground, bouncing people up, shooting them down afterwards. Look at that 2-piece right there. Anas so dynamic, and yes, you saw Flois with the hunting rifle, you saw him with the charge shotgun last time, but for me, it was Anas's gameplay, his creativity that really separated him from the pack.
And Anas, that's kind of what we were talking about at Caddy Corner last time. We saw Thomas there for a brief moment, but this time it goes down. Kit spawns down at the gas station, and that's where Anas is lurking. He had a good game last time in 10th place, but if you want to become a legend at the end of the day, if you want to solidify yourselves among the great, immortalize yourself, you need to have games like that. And Anas and Hen, both at the top of the leaderboards, org mates, and they're standing strong.
Both of these guys are definitely looking to break away. I mean, Anas is ahead of the game, 28 points, but Shy, is that going to hold?
Didn't hold in game #1 with Flois. I feel like when Anas gets that top slot, he holds it completely, especially at Caddy Corner. So I feel like, yes, that's my call.
I like it. Quick and concise. With that being said, guys, let's throw it into game #3 here in EU of the FNCS Grand Finals. Casters, we're sending it back your way. Get into the action.
Thank you so much, Shayo and Bala. Insightful as always. Everyone is looking to become a legend, but right now to become legend players, occupying first and second. And if you're just joining us, welcome. My name is Sundown, joined here by the fantastic, as always, play styling. This is
Correte, que no
number
veo.
3, the halfway point
Ahí está.
of the EU
Correte de
FNCS
la
Worlds Grand
cámara.
Finals. And if you're watching at Party Royale and you just dropped in, hit one of those telephone booths with changing stations. Make sure you get your favorite outfit on, then head on over to the main
Dapat
stage. Catch
escape.
the action out.
Correr.
Everyone's dropping right now.
And if you notice, the yacht only has one player on it. So I'm interested to see who that player is. Is it Savage? Is it Noah Riley? Who came out on top? And of course, who's going to come out of Cali Corner on top? That is always a question in all of these players' minds.
Hola. Díganme si ven bien ahí.
And he's in a very good spot to keep that first place, but Pin right behind him. We've got to keep our eye on that elimination feed for that to come up as well. Is Pin only 3 points behind, is able to make a play to start to make the round up. Is the deal going to get some nice shots there? The Doug splashes though. We're going to put that player up. The nice edit is going to drop the player down. The edit around as well. He's got him boxed up, but the fish is going to escape as the deal. Looking to crash pad on in, using the jump there. He's actually not going to go in. He's going to take the wall and the cone up top. And that was so smart to outplay Advise there.
Well done picking up Advise there. We talked about kind of the different types of crash pads and then the very
¿Qué haces, bro?
him jumping up
¿Todo bien?
and falling in. So then when Advise went to exit the situation, got picked up, and now over to Slurpee Swamp. We watched this fight happen last time. Benji aggressively pushed Kiriachi, saying, no splitting going on here. This is my side. But Kiriachi now looking to be the predator instead of the prey and closing in on Benji as he's hitting the split barrel. So once kind of
¿Qué haces, bro?
box to box, how do two of the best players in the world close out this box fight? Do they look to take each other on, or are they just going to try and disengage the situation? Right now, Benji's saying, hey, I need more mats if we're going to go toe-to-toe.
He disengaged perfectly, got up, and is out. I also want to point out 35 of the current players also competed in the FNCS Invitational Finals. So they've been here before. They've been in this grand finals. They know what to do, especially these two players that are
¿Qué haces, bro?
Kiriachi is going to take some damage there from Benji.
Dejen like.
That pressure up.
Compartan.
Shotgun, and now need to find a creative way inside. Kiriachi actually went up and around the shots going through. He's changing high ground and exchanging shots. Benji takes a nice tag there on Kiriachi. He still hasn't yet to take any damage himself. Kiriachi is still pushing. This is exactly what we expect from him. Benji baiting him to drop down. Kiriachi was ready. The back and forth going in favor of Benji right now. Kiriachi keeping the pressure up. Benji going to get tagged up a lot there because he couldn't build the floor. Trying to pick action for that code as the edits come through. Benji going through old builds. This is really good, but once you reset that metal, it's very, very weak and it's easy to hit. He's put some distance in between him, Kiriachi, and Dominius Knight.
As I was going to say, Dominius Knight hearing the action going on, wants to take a peek inside, but he very well knows who's there. You're not sure you want to jump on into that pond. Don't want to get boxed like a fish between those two. It's more like getting boxed between two sharks. The rocket hard place. Pick which one and who's who, because Benji, right now, just again, looks like he's done enough to fend off Kiriachi. You say, how long are we going to do this for? How long are we going to burn mats and just sit here and force each other back? Because both of these players are good enough to hold the other off, or at least make them pay for it, if you don't get that initial ambush off of the start, which is why you now see Kiriachi kind of backing up a little bit, making sure he gets some maps before heading back in towards Benji again, looking to potentially restart this engagement.
And I'm not surprised from Kiriachi. He is very, very aggressive, but we'll have to see if that turns out in any of their favors as 7-4. Now being aggressive onto Diablo. Diablo's going to get the initial shots there, and now 7-4 can disengage if they want to, but on the edge of zone, really hard to disengage because you're trying to run away, then you're just going to get shot in the back, and it's just unfortunate there. So box to box, diagonal to diagonal, Diablo and 7-4 looking to do a little peanut butter edit, looking to get that jump shot there. Seventor looking to get any sort of wall take back, and he does. But Diablo ready for it. The shot comes through the quick reset there. Going to get the tag in favor of Seventor, but still not as much HP there as Diablo. His shots are still coming through. He does pop a mini. Continued back and forth over these peanut butter edits. That's that triangle edit that you see as he goes in. He goes aggressive with that crash pad. But Diablo was ready for it. Did you see how many edits he had? How many space he had in between him and Seventor? He was predicting that perfectly. But Seventor's ready for the edit. He's ready for Diablo popping up. And he said, you know what? I'll bait the heat.
A ver, abandonamos. ¿Quién está en el directo ahí? Ay. Comen. Épico. No entiendo cómo es esto. Está bueno esto, ¿no? Tan. Ahí está. Tan, 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 tan. Hijo. Hola, tryhard. Quiero este pinche pico. A ver, Harley Quinn. ¿Qué será esto? A ver, desafío de Harley Quinn. Oh, sí, estilo hay una para Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn. ¿En cuántas personas está? 10 amigo. Estaría bueno para jugar Avenger Beta. ¿Quién está jugando? No está jugando nadie. Bueno, nada. Creo que voy a cortar directo acá. Así que nada. Chao.